Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Please remember, if you love the channel, to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you select all notifications and you get notified when I upload your favorite content. Capricorn is uploaded every single Wednesday. I am Michelle, and thank you so much if you're new to this channel for taking a chance on this video. I am an astrologer as well as a tarot card reader, and I use my psychic and empathic insights to empower you and give you insights into what's going on with the energy that's influencing you most. Okay. There's a lot going on in your first house and 12th house, because your 12th house is Aquarius and your first house is you, Capricorn. And right now there's a stellium in Capricorn still of Mars, Mercury, Venus, and Pluto. And in your 12th house, which is Aquarius is your second house. I'm sorry. So in your second house, yeah, I got that right. Yeah, I know. I've been so confused today, guys. I'm sorry. In your second house, there is the Sun, the Moon, and Saturn. And the Sun is combust the Moon and Saturn. And Saturn gets really exacting. I speak of Saturn most because this is your ruling dignitary, right? This is the energy that impacts wherever you are. And you're going to be really exacting on yourself right now. It's like, did I keep my promises? Am I living up to my own standards? Especially in your second house of resources, of money, of finances, of how you use the resources you have to take care of your first house, right? And that's all happening in Aquarius. And Aquarius is about expansion and wanting to expand those resources, but also wanting to expand the resources maybe for everybody and make sure that they're equally distributed, or manage the distribution of those resources somehow. Ultimately, there's a big pressure point. Like at a point where it's a beautiful time. I'm not going to say it's not, but there's a pressure point, because the truth is this: Saturn is once again square Uranus. And that happened all last year. And you know what it felt like last year. Everything was constant challenge after challenge after. There just seemed to be grinding yourself and the community, right? There always seemed to be another difficulty. And here we are back in this square. And Uranus is still in Taurus, where the South Node is now. So ultimately, there's just a sense now, a little bit of a relief in that we know that we have to change. We know that things have to be different, and that's going to impact you big time on how you feel about yourself and what do I have to change. And you could be changing. Venus and Mars are conjunct each other right in Capricorn. So there's a sense of, and let me just remember, they're square to Chiron, okay, which means there's challenges in terms of learning those tough lessons, those tough love type of lessons could be happening between you and your significant other right now, constantly, in order to encourage change within inside you. And you could even be seeing that you're starting to change your worldly views, maybe not for, but because of somebody that you're with. There's a lot of change that's happening through our companionships, through our friendships, and through our romantic relationships. Let's get into the cards. I wanted to, so as much of a beautiful time as this is, it is a rough time. I'm filming this on the day of the new moon, and it is a new moon in Aquarius, which means it's a time to, what do you want to take in? What, like, in terms of your public, your public understanding, your public connections, your community connections, your beliefs in how society should be run. Like, what is it that you want to take in? Even maybe your public persona. What do you want to start new? This is a great day to plant the seeds, especially seeds of new friendship or seeds of new, like I said, yeah, because it is the house of friendship. It is, especially like new connections, new networks. But where do you want to plant those seeds? Like what seeds do you want to plant? This is a new moon, but it's a new moon that's followed by Imbolc, which is the celebration of the earth waking up and starting to renew itself after a long winter. So it's a great time to actually plant seeds, but the soil can still feel very frigid right now, and a little hesitation could happen when it comes to should I even plant this? Is this the right time? A big feeling that I'm going to ask you to do is a big challenge right now is to power through. If you have committed yourself to setting a change or planting something, go ahead and do it. And then deal with the challenges, deal with the challenges of what it takes to nurture whatever you planted in this kind of weather. You want the universe to know, universe, I'm serious about this and nothing's going to stop me. Now, I'm going to give you this because I showed it to everybody. This is a great celebration for the new year and for Imbolc, a great little manifestation tool that you can use. It's from Llewellyn's Witch's Date Book. And I hope that you use it because it's easy and it's fun and it's really poignant. And then, of course, on Thursday, Mercury finally positions direct, which I predict will then start getting things not so, clusterfucked or holding on or holding things behind. There could be some conversations that happen on Thursday that all of a sudden release some information, or conversations that happen especially between your Mars and your Venus, between whatever relationships that you're in, divine feminine, divine masculine energy, the connectivity happening between them again because they're openly communicating again. Watch for that because that could create a big release that we're really needing. Yeah, let's get into the cards. I want to make an announcement, guys, because you've supported the channel for so many years, and I'm so grateful to you, Capricorn. I now have memberships to my channel, and there's 3 different levels, and one of the levels is brand new, and it's called Unbound. And the Unbound membership level to Born Without Boundaries enables you to have access to all of the extended readings forever. From this point on, all of the extended readings, unlimited access to them for a cost that's less than 3 of them per month. And it also includes at least 2 live sessions with me, one of them especially for you, where I'll answer your tarot questions just one-on-one. So that saves you on any personal readings you might want to have, as well as content, astrology content and behind the scenes content that nobody else gets to see, as well as special badges that you get to use, as well as priority in comments. So there's lots of perks that come along with it, including and especially those extended readings. And that link is going to be below with the extended, with the normal link to Vimeo if you just like to purchase your extended the way that you always do. But I wanted to let you know that that is there for you now. As my own little way of saying thank you and making the extendeds a lot more accessible to my biggest fans. So let's get into the cards. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. And I never really understood why people leave rude comments that say, shut up and get to the cards. Do you not know what astrology is? Do you not respect when somebody's not just a tarot card reader, but they're an astrologer too? Of course I check the charts. It's a different way. It's even deeper. It's an even deeper way of giving you insights. So I'm not really sure why those rude comments have sprung up, but they really need to stop because they're ignorant. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Now, this could be difficult energy for you. This is Aquarian energy. It is about newness. It's about freshness. It's about a new beginning, and it's asking you to trust. And that can be very challenging energy for you because, like I said, Saturn is square Uranus. It's like trust in the change, but I don't want to trust in the change. I want to know where this change is going. I want to know, have you planned for the change? Am I prepared for the change? This is saying trust, and there is trust, and there's 6-6 accompanying it up there, and that could be change in relationships, a new relationship that's starting to dawn for you, a new relationship that, new feelings that are starting to come out. or just a new way of seeing or looking at the world, also new opportunity. Now, 6 is a beautiful number. 6 is the number of Venus. It talks about luxury. It talks about money. It talks about beauty. It talks about sensuality. And 6 together adds up to 12, which whittles down to 3, which is a very holy, blessed number. And it talks about the Holy Trinity. 6 is really the number of love, of companionship, of finding somebody that is a good companion for you. Because it's not just 1 + 1 and 2, it's 1 + 1 and the third is God, right? It's the fact that God has brought you together so that you know that love is there. So this is a sense of trust in the magic, trust in the love. And this may be something that's really new for you right now, to just trust in what your heart is taking you, as opposed to needing to know all of the answers. And then you say, watch your words. We have Gemini energy here, being very particular about what we say or what we do, knowing that you don't want to be misinterpreted, and that could be a frustration for you as well. Or you could have felt frustration building up in you right now, and you're just having to hold it all back, or feel like you have to not. Ultimately, it's going to be a challenge. Like, legitimately, there's going to be a challenge to like hold your tongue or bite your tongue. There could also be a sense of you feeling like you have to agree with somebody, or you're like a parrot just copying what they say, instead of really being listened to. And then we have time for a beginner mind. So yeah, it's not that. It's definitely trying to be conservative with how much you say and trying to listen more than speak. Time for a beginner mind is here. This is also Aquarian energy, beginning new thoughts. I think that you're hypersensitive right now in that second house energy of Aquarius, of like those not just popular opinions, but like almost political correctness, and like not only wanting to be sure that you speak politically correct, or finding yourself in a situation where you have to, which can be very frustrating as well. Go ahead and feel it. It frustrates everybody. But also a sense of really trying to open your mind and know that I may speak from a position of comfort in my old ways, but I understand that there are other people out here that I don't want to offend. So there's also a sense of being in a position where you are vulnerable to and having to understand new beliefs and new concepts. And so you're choosing to listen more than speak because you don't want to be misinterpreted. That's a very important, and it's very good for you to be aware of that. Remember, Mercury is also still in retrograde as well. So ultimately, somebody might be misinterpreting what you've said, and that might be what you're reacting to, a sense of that hypersensitivity and having to react to it. We have the abundant universe will provide. So this is actually very beautiful energy, Capricorn. A sense of being very careful about what you say and listening more now than speaking. There's this sense of abundance that can come from it, or abundance in there's abundance in these new ideas, and these new finding abundance in these new ideas, or these new opportunities, or these new mindsets, right? Starting to hear opportunities in places where you would not have heard them before, because of this new sense of opening your mind or putting yourself around new people. And then we have magic works through you, which is Cancerian energy. Interesting. This is actually a more beautiful energy. Magic works through you. It's like you are the change itself. It's like, it's almost like, can I say this? You're changing your own rules. You're not adhering to the rules that you used to adhere to. You almost don't want to, because there's so much more. You're seeing so much more out there on the other side of your own rules or your own ideas. Magic works through you. This is a rebirth in a way. This is almost not Phoenix energy. It's almost like you're bridging between one part of your life and the next part of your life. It's like I'd just say this, it's like you're the one making the biggest effort, or feeling like you're the one making the biggest effort. Interesting. Maybe if I know what Capricorn is dealing with a little bit more. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Shit. And, okay. Whatever questions, this is the message of this card, whatever questions you've had in your mind about any of these kind of precarious situations, the conclusions are coming and they're not far off. I would say they're going to be here by the next full moon, which is about 2 weeks from now. So ultimately, there is that sense, and Mercury does have a lot to do with it, right? Because it comes out of retrograde on the 3rd, and then by the 9th, it will really start to go direct again. I mean, positions direct on the 3rd, but it'll really start to go direct again on the 9th. So there's information that's sitting there. There's stuff that's still held up. There's maybe a sense of, something is coming, or something new is in the air, but you haven't gotten the message yet, the actual confirmation. It's coming, so wait till this moon. This also speaks, or kind of is harmonious with the Cancerian energy, just a sense of needing that release, a little push through. And I spoke about that in the channeled message, a sense of, I know it's tough right now. I know it's a challenge, especially maybe even to hold your tongue and to listen. And happy birthday, Dageni. Be open-minded when it's frustrating the crap out of you. But ultimately, if you power through this right now, you will find a beautiful bounty on the other side of it by the next full moon, this huge release. And it's almost like it's saying, you don't have to play this shit for long. I'm just going to be blunt with y'all. It's almost like saying you don't have to play this shit for long. Think of maybe the next 2 weeks that you're going to have to tolerate this crap, and then things will be very, very clear, and things will clear up, or the shit will hit the fan and everything will come out. So ultimately, it's like power through, don't give up. But it's almost like for you, it's like powering through is tiptoeing right now, because that's difficult, right? That's the challenge for you. And some people powering through, like a more sensitive person, powering through might be gotta walk and cry at the same time. You can't just cover yourself with blankets kind of thing, right? For you, it's like you're not one to tiptoe around the situation, but for right now, you gotta fucking tiptoe around the situation. God is going to challenge us right now, and it's really this really major challenge, this sort of like, but I want to live up to my ideals, but you don't want to live up to your ideals. Maybe you want to rip somebody's head off, but you've spoken about how to behave in this situation before, so you have to like hold up that example, and you're like, shit, why did I even say this shit? Oh no, it's almost like the universe is catching you in your own ideals and making you live in your own ideals to see, are your own ideals really what you believe in, or are they just your ideals for other people because you can distance yourself? See, it's tricking you there. It is trying to make you understand why you believe what you believe, right? And why do you actually believe what you believe? And you know what, Capricorn, it's okay to come out on the other side of this saying, I don't really believe that shit. Because sometimes we don't understand it until we're put in the situation ourselves. And ultimately, it's just a sense of, okay, my little picture fell. It's just a sense of, okay, now I realize what I was really saying, and now I realize what I was really talking about. And you know what? Some of that shit just actually really doesn't fucking work. And the only thing it works is in conceptually, but it doesn't actually work in reality. And now I know, and so I can grow. And that's kind of what's unraveling in you. I'm just called to these cards. I gotta understand them. So we have mountains. So there are some things that you feel are insurmountable. Some sort of challenges that you feel are you just can't get over. But ultimately what you might start seeing now is you're the challenge. You're the one creating the impasse. I'm not trying to blame it on you. This is the energy that you're working with right now. And then we have White Witch, be the light, and it's in reverse. And that's not an energy that you want in reverse, because honestly, it's the energy of fear. It's the energy of darkness, but not darkness in creativity, darkness as in closed off and not opened up. So yeah, that says to me that this is definitely an energy that you've been dealing with. Somebody who is very closed, somebody who maybe who's very closed-minded, somebody who does not want to open up to new ideas. Now that could be you, right? And that's, I'll say that because it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest change to make. We always see this. Remember, God's work, the universe is working through relationships. So you always see how somebody else is stubborn, but you never see the stubbornness in yourself. And ultimately, that might be the dish you're getting served right now. But okay, it's a dish of humble pie. It's actually very beautiful because what's coming out of it, High Priest, intend and create, which means it's inspiration. Also, growing your wings, knowing which direction you now want to go in, something that's clear and actually really sincere for you. Unleash the wild within. It enables you to release parts of yourself that you've restricted so much in order to live up to your own ideals, when really now you're starting to see they're just a bunch of bullshit. Exchange energy to create abundance. You are legitimately allowing somebody in enough to exchange energies with. Somebody else is changing you. You're not changing because of or for them. You're not changing for them. You're changing because of them. You're changing because their energy is starting to show you different things that maybe you wrote off on what at one time. Now you're not writing it off anymore. Unlock the magic within. That is beautiful. And trust in higher forces. It's saying that the energy they're giving you, or the enlightenment that they're exposing you to, is really what you needed to, boom, be able to really become magical yourself. It's like the information you needed to really push forward. It's like something you've denied yourself that you now finally are allowing yourself, and now you have. And then trust in higher forces. This sense of, listen, things aren't meant to always stay the same. And that's hard for Saturnian energy to accept that. But it's not. It's not meant to always stay the same. It's the rules themselves that have to change. Let's go to tarot. I love you guys. I'll see you there. The links are below.